Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Pro Jamaica and I'm back with another video for y'all. Yes, I decided to go back to Pro Jamaica because before I had it as Bolarama and everybody kept calling me Pro Jamaica, so I was like, you know what? It is what it is, people gonna hate and I don't think it's gonna lower my CPM because I'm still getting a good amount of subs per day. So discovery isn't as limited as it was before and I'm actually getting way more subs still, but let's see after a weekend, but back to being Pro Jamaica. Today I have a video on basically the level 50 center guide. Now that they dropped basically everything that's supposed to be, uh, at level 50, so this is gonna be a level 50 center build guide. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so first of all, when you're building a center, you have to be at least A evolve. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, if y'all like E, D, C, B rank, you're gonna be able to beat some people that's in the same ranking as you, but when it comes to comp, if you're not A or S rank at this point using a center, you're going to suffer because box contact and rebound height are very important, especially that little extra rebound range. That's what comes into play when you're using a different skill. When I get to this skill, I'm gonna tell y'all about it, but first of all, you want to make sure your character is at least A evolve before you start playing center, and you want to make sure that your cards have at least one rebound contact on it, or I'm saying two rebound contact. The block rate and box contact is not important because really and truly you don't really have to box out to win rebounds in this game because of a certain skill, and when we get to that I'm going to discuss that as well. So make sure your evolve and your cards is right, and make sure your fates is activated and leveled up to a certain percentage, especially the Ada fate, because the third fate or the fate at the end is the most important one because that's the one that gives you box contact, rebound contact, and your block rate and block range when you get it up to certain levels. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. This one isn't really too important because that's paint shot resist, interrupt rate. Interrupt rate is nice and all, but if you're not getting a block, confirming a block, you're not going to be doing too good on center. But yeah, let's get right into the skills now. Alright, so if you're a traditional center, you're going to be using these skills except if you're like experimenting or something and you want to try out some different passives. Me personally, I've been trying out the power mark, and I even went as far as to using the SP dunk this morning. It worked pretty good for my team. I was able to score a good amount of points, but I still ended up losing even though I scored those points because we came up against a tough matchup. Let me go ahead and try to add these guys. Oh, he can't add me. But yeah, it helps your team out a lot, if you're using the recommended skills. The skills that I recommend is Revenge, Screen Accelerate if you're setting a screen, SP Screen to make your screen contact, bigger. That's what helps when you do, flank screen, or if you're doing screen dash and, somebody actually hits the screen, it increases the contact, makes your body, makes your screen have a little more width. So, make sure you guys are using these traditional skills. Underdog, which basically gives you rebound and box out contact when you're 3 points behind. So in this meta, this skill is very important. Revenge, you could probably take off and put on something else because if you're down in the last few seconds of the game and you're playing against a competitive team, they're more than likely not gonna allow you to come back. So you could probably replace this skill with whatever you want at that point. But yeah, if you're a traditional center, you want to have that kind of setup. But yeah, let's get into the skills. Alright, so I'm gonna do this in segments of like three. So three per skill, per per three skills, and then I'm just gonna break it up into like, I don't know, like little parts. in the video, so it's easier for you guys to catch up, and it's easier for me to explain basically why I'm using these skills. So yeah, let's get right into it. First skill I have on here is box out. If you're not using box out as a center, I don't know what to say to you. Next skill is hook shot. This skill is completely situational. It allows you to score on the pick and roll if nobody is helping. You know, sometimes or a lot of times when you play against competitive teams, they have this game plan where if somebody pick and rolls, you know, the point guard or the power forward or SF or whoever is guarding, you know, somebody who is close to the paint, if your teammates are not spacing correctly and you pick and roll, somebody could run up and block you. So this skill is completely situational. A lot of times though I get away with it because, you know, my team spaces properly and I'm able to score on the pick and roll. Or if somebody is standing too much under the rim, you know, you could get away with a little cheeky hook shot or the sky hook. It gives a sky hook effect. If you drag your joystick the other way, it gives you a skyhook effect, you know, so uh, at level 3. So make sure you guys keep that in mind as well. Here it is right here, skyhook at level 3. But you know, you want to level up the skill all the way because as I said before, you know, all these skills have little added bonuses that could help you out, you know, with scoring, grabbing the rebound, or playing defense. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. The next skill is SP rebound. Improve the player's rebounding, so it makes your rebounding better, and it's passive triggered. I don't know if it's active all the time, uh, but you know, if it pairs with another skill, I will talk about it when we get to it, then you know that would be really good. But I feel like it's active all the time. So yeah, this is the first segment. Let's get into the next segment of skills now. Now, as I said before, I'm breaking these into segments because it allows me to explain the skills easier and, you know, explain the scenarios to you guys way better. So next segment of skills is power block. If you're not using power block, I don't know what to say to you. uh, Next skill is tip out. Oh, yeah. This skill, this skill is very painful right now because you don't really need to be boxing out in order to get a rebound. You could be running from the 3-point line and the ball, you see how the ball bounced like right here in the free throw area? It could bounce right there and somebody could be running from the 3-point line. He could have shot that ball as a center, run up, and still get the rebound with this skill. It's very painful to go against this skill if you're guarding it, and a lot of times a lot of centers play, you know, in a certain way to allow them to be able to use this skill very cheekily. I'm noticing I'm playing against certain centers and they're literally getting like shadow rebounds because you think it's a free rebound and it's really not. So you end up having to, you know, fight in a chip out or with them, and really and truly they've mastered the skill up to a certain level to where they could, you know, exploit you if you played it that kind of game with them. So you know, most times I just let the ball drop. I don't really try to chip out. I let the ball literally hit the floor. I don't grab the rebound, and I let my teammates grab it, or I run it down and I grab it. Because when you play, you know what I'm saying, into these certain centers that try to abuse this skill, you know, you gotta be very smart. So, you know, keep that in mind with that skill. And the next skill is rebound pass. This skill has been helping me out a lot because in those clutch situations where the time is low, say you don't have last ball, right? And you get a miraculous, you know, like interrupt and you grab the rebound, like grabbing a regular rebound and coming down with it could, you know, end up wasting off all the time on the clock and force you into a overtime situation. Say you don't want to go into an overtime situation, you know, you could simply rebound past the ball. The big is more than likely gonna, you know, go to help outside if you rebound pass it outside, you know, the 3-point line to reset the ball, and you know that could end up in a free hook, free, dunk free anything for you, and you could end up winning the game just off of that. I know there's another skill that you could use to probably, secure, but uh, in situations where you want to avoid overtime, this skill has been, really helpful to me, especially since season one. I've been using it. It's given me the upper hand over a lot of centers who thought this skill was trash and didn't want to use it. So make sure you guys, keep that in mind as well. Let's get into the next segment of skills now. This skill here, guys. It's a great skill. If it activates, it's a great skill. You know, if it activates for you, it's a great skill. But 45% activation rate on the power rebound. It gives you a really strong rebound. You know what I'm saying? Animation. It increases your rebound range. It's a very very good skill to have. It makes you come down with the ball very strong as well. As you can see, it does like a little protection animation. I don't know if you guys play FS2, but there's a skill called outlet pass. It kind of does a little outlet pass animation for all my FS2 players. But um very strong rebound animation, increases your rebound, range and height, and it's a very strong skill. What more can I say about it? If you guys aren't using this skill, you should go ahead and use it. When you see all those centers, jumping over your head with, you know, with the tipping ball, this is basically in part due to this skill and rebound pass, because rebound pass not only allows you to rebound pass the ball to your teammate, it allows you to grab the rebound at the max height if you're using power rebound and it activates. So it is a gamble because it's a 45% activation rate, but it's a good gamble to take, especially when you're trying to win the tipping ball that could probably win the game for your team, because it's all about a momentum morale type of thing, for your team. So when you increase the morale, increase the momentum for your team, the other team is going to be discouraged because you just flew up over their center's head and grabbed the rebound. So keep that in mind as well. Let's get on to the next skill. Next skill is SP box out. It pairs with the box out skill and makes your box out stronger. Next skill is screen dash. Now there are situations where you end up having to use flank screens, because I've played with I've played with SGs before that want me to use flank screen instead of screen dash, because with Sukino passive, it allows you to play like that, but in certain situations where you want to pick and roll and you want to try to get open and score, this skill will help you out way better than flank screen, because flank screen literally leaves you out as a sitting duck. Yes, it gives a better, as you can see, it gives a better screen angle and allows you to tilt your screen. And if you're using SP screen in your passives, then it's going to allow your screen to hit better. But it's not really a great skill to have, because it leaves you as a sitting duck. So I use basically screen dash over it because it's way better. It allows you to be able to dash for rebounds if your screen doesn't hit. And in this current meta, not a lot of SGs are shooting wide open, so more times often than not, you're dashing to the paint first and you're grabbing the rebound and you're scoring it. So, or you're putting it back, tipping in, whatever you do to score the ball. So basically it allows you to set up those offensive situations where you're trying to set up your team, but really and truly you could set up yourself using screen dash. So very good skill. Let's get on to the next segment now. Alright, as you guys can see in this last segment here, I have, the 13th slot. It's not important for you guys to use if you don't want to, purchase the 13th slot. I just did it because I'm going to be making a lot of videos in the coming days. So, I bought this slot because, me, I like to give my viewers the best experience possible. So, really and truly, shoutouts to Isaflex, by the way. He had donated to me a $20 Google Play gift card, and that's how I was able to purchase this slot. Shoutouts to your boy Isaflex, man, always showing support. But you could just take out direct pass. I don't really use direct pass because I have on rebound pass, and a lot of times, as I said in season one, if you guys have been watching my videos since then, your point guard is waiting, close by for you to grab the rebound. So you could just rebound pass the ball to your point guard, and they could pass it to the person who is scoring, which is much better because your point guard is gonna have on the skill buzzer beater pass. And buzzer beater pass basically gives them a shooting bonus or a field goal bonus up to 8%, and it increases the passing speed. So it's way better than you just passing the ball to your teammate using direct pass when you could just, just rebound pass it to your point guard, and they could, you know, pass the ball to the scorer and give them a shooting bonus. So that's much better to do. So, but let's get into it. Last segment here. You guys could just take out or direct pass if you don't have the 13 slot. If you have the 13 slot and you want to invest, in your gameplay like that, then you could go ahead and put in direct pass. I personally don't like direct pass, so more often than not, I replace it with like dunk focus or another one of those scoring skills that could help out my team. So keep that in mind, guys. But yeah, here goes the putback. Jump fast and put the ball. Now, it's not like Dunk Nation where you spam the putback every time. There is a tip-in animation in there as well, as you can see. So it's not always gonna be like a aggressive putback. It's gonna be like a tip in most of the time, and if you're wide open and there's nobody there, then you're gonna get a putback. I have gotten putbacks with people there, but more often than not, it's gonna be a tip in animation, so keep that in mind. And as you see the character facing the rim, you have to be facing the rim in order to do a putback, guys. I just learned this like, what, 2 seasons ago? I was just randomly doing putback before, not purposely doing it. I didn't know how putback worked, so make sure you guys keep that in mind as well. But here we go. Next skill is chase down, block and catch. It's the level 50 center skill. Very, very, very good skill. No, not level 50. Level 45. I'm tripping. No, level 45 center skill. Chase down, block and catch. Very, 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 very good skill, especially in those situations that I was explaining earlier with the rebound pass where the time is low. Say you get a miraculous stop and you chase down, block the ball, and it goes back to the opponents. This skill avoids that situation completely, and if you're using direct pass, you could go ahead and pass it to your teammate real quick, and that's a wide open, 3-pointer or 2-pointer, or they could just pass it back to you because that guy, as you can see, it puts them on the floor, and floor is their character for a good like 1 or 2 seconds, so that's enough time for a quick little pass back where you could, go ahead and dunk or score the ball for yourself in those clutch situations. So very good skill, allows you to keep the ball because I don't know, sometimes the RNG, tell me if you guys notice the RNG, sometimes the RNG in this game is not really on your side, and you get a block, you get a chase down block, you get a power block, and the ball goes back to the opposing team for some reason, and make stuff difficult for you. So chase down, block and catch helps you avoid that. And then the next skill is, of course, you can't use chase down, block and catch without having chase down block. Pretty much self-explanatory. You get a chase down block from the opponent's layup, dunk, or what I'm saying, you can't really, I don't think you can chase down floaters. You could chase down putbacks as well. So I've had my chase down. I don't think they've purposely chased down my putbacks because the animation is very quick. But I've been chased down block, or blocked out of my putbacks a lot of times. So keep that in mind. Very good skill. And then the last skill, I would say, instead of direct pass, just because I'm a center like that, you could probably use like dunk focus or SP underhoop pass. If you don't have the 13 slot, this is just because I have the 13 slot, which is why I have direct pass on here. But usually I would just take this off and I would put on SP underhoop pass because it increases your pass range, it gives you more pass speed, and it increases the nice pass rate. What is a nice pass? The nice pass is basically when your teammate catches the ball chest up and there's no like drop in animation, there's no long holding animation, so your teammate could get ripped and stolen from. So it really helps with that. But yeah, that's basically the center build for right now that I'm using. My tricks, I have a lot of tricks. If you guys don't have all of these tricks, you could go ahead and what I'm saying, grab all of these tricks, or when they're available. As I said before in a previous video, they do have the trick shot. I own all the tricks. I recently got the uncrowned king, so I'm using that too now. So yeah, all my tricks are in here. If you guys don't have tricks like that, what I'm saying, you could try to get whatever you could get from the shop. But yeah, fate passive evolves card, and then here we go. There goes the stats. Now I usually rock 149 stamina. My stamina is just lower right now because as I said before, I have 2,000 diamonds. Shout out to your boy, it's a flex, and I think I grabbed 1,000 when I started working again. So I grabbed 1,000. Shout outs to CodaShop, by the way. I'm gonna put into pro stats, and then I'm gonna be able to put some more points into stamina. So this, what you're seeing right now, is gonna change due to pro stats. But I usually have like 240 block, 240 run speed, 278 contact, and then uh what, like 276 or 270, yeah, 276 or 278 rebound with pro stats. So yeah, make sure you guys, what I'm saying, divide out your stats and put points into stamina. Stamina is very important, guys. If you're playing the center position, you don't really need LD unless you're one of those dunking center that like to dunk on people. I just have this one point into inside shot because there's literally nothing else that I wanted to put it into. And when you put points into this, especially if you put the 5 points, I've noticed that more of my dunks miss when I have more points into this. So I don't know if there's something up with that. Maybe I need to put some pro stats into LD. But when I divide up my stats like that, I can't really, what I'm saying, put much stats into anything else. So yeah, when tonight comes, I'll be able to put on some pro stats because I'm waiting on the lucky rebate event. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I know it's gonna be pretty long, but if you want to be a better center, this is basically the complete guide. Hope you guys enjoyed it, man. It's your boy Pro Jamaica. Yes, I'm back to Pro Jamaica. I am gonna be changing it to that on Twitch as well. So uh, it's just gonna take me like what, 35 more days now before I can change my Twitch name back. But yeah, it's your boy Pro Jamaica. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on those post notifications, man. Channel memberships are available if you guys want to make donations to me and stuff like that. It would be greatly appreciated, but it's not required. You know what I'm saying? I'm always here to help out the community. You know what I'm saying? If you guys have questions, stuff like that, best way to hit me up is in the Discord. Recently, because of people trolling me and scammers and stuff like that, I had to block my DMs. I'm really sorry. People can't directly DM me anymore, but it is what it is. All the scammers and stuff like that is to blame for that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. It's your boy Pro Jamaica, and I'm up out of here, man. Peace.